Hello everyone, this is Math Shortcuts. In about June of 2011, I learned some math shortcuts on TV and YouTube, and ever since then I was really hungry for more. I scrutinized the internet trying to find more and more math shortcut tricks, and I found my own patterns and came up with my own, and then I combined some, like this one. I combined half of what I found on the internet, an internet video, and half of my own. I added the 5,000 part. So this is to square any number between 5,041 and 5,059. Obviously it's a short range. You could go less than 5,041 or greater than 5,059 if you're able to hold numbers in your head good. So it's still impressive nonetheless. I'm known all over my county, my city and my county, as being able to do this. So to start out, it's easy if I just start out just telling you how to square any number between 41 and 59. So like if we have 47 squared, well, that's close to 50 squared, and as you probably know by now is that 50 squared is 2,500. So you just say that 47 is how many from 50? Well, 50 minus 47, and you could do this in your head, I'm sure, is 3. So 50 or 47 is 3 away from 50. If 50 squared is 2,500, 47 squared is, well, first do this. Take 25 and subtract it by 3, which is 22. So what this says is that 22 is 3 away from 25. 47 is 3 away from 50. The first two numbers is 22, or 2 2s. So 47 squared starts with 2,200 something. Next is you take this 3. You say that 47 is 3 away from 50. Well, just take that 3, take the difference. Basically, the absolute value, I believe. Well, anyway, you take 3 squared, which is 9, and I'm sure that you could do this in your head. 3 squared is 9. Now, since it's 9, don't forget you put 0, 9, and that's basically the answer. It's much simpler than I endeavored to explain it. Sorry about that, but let's try 54 squared. Okay. 54 squared, well, first of all, 50 squared is 2,500. 54 is how many from 50? Well, 54 minus 50 is 4. I'm sure you calculate that in your head. So you take 25 minus 4, which is 21. No, plus 4. I'm sorry. Because, like, 54 is 4 away from 50 going to the right. So you add. Just like a number line. If this is 0, then if 50 is 0, then 54 is 4 away from 50, so you add 4. So this is actually 29. So remember, 29 is the first two numbers. Then you take the difference here and you square it. 4 squared is 16. So the next two numbers is 16. Again, it's much easier than I probably explained it. So let's try instead. Now let's just take it a step further. Let's try 5,057 squared. Alright, well, 5,000 squared is 25 million because you have 3 zeros. You square it, you add another 3 zeros, and then you square the 5, which is 25, so you have 25 followed by 6 zeros, or 25 million. And I'm sure you could check that out on the calculator. The first 4 numbers is an easy part to, that you could, or it's easy. You just take this first number, 5, and you square it. 5 squared is 25. That's actually 25 million, of course, but just think about it as 25. Now, all you have to do for the next two numbers is just copy down the last two numbers. So first you square the 5, which is 25, then you copy down the last two numbers and put it right here. It's that simple. Next is, well, that's the first half. The next 4 digits right here is just 57 squared. Well, I'm sure that you're able to do that by now as an expert. What is 57 squared? You can pause the video if you want. So 57 squared, so 57 is 7 away from 50 going to the right. So you take 25 and you add 7, which is 32. So the first two numbers is 32. 7 squared, because that's the difference, 7 squared is 49. So that is the answer. And you could do the same thing, like for example, and I'll use this one, 5047 squared. Well, first square the 5 is 25. Then you copy down the last two numbers is 47. Then you just do 47 squared, which is 2209. And that is the answer. And pretty soon, I mean, this is actually very easy. Sorry if I didn't explain it as easy, but you could be able to like do this very quickly. So for example, someone's asked me what is 5053 squared, I would say it's 25532809 instantly. And if you get really good, you could take it a step further. Okay, 5053 squared is 25,532,809. You could do 5059 squared as 25,593,481, for example. And it's very easy, especially if you remember it's always going to be 25 million something. So I hope that helps in a way. I mean, you probably can't apply it somewhere, it's just a neat trick. So thank you everyone. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe. I'm passionately doing these videos from my heart. I'm not calling any of my videos perfect or ideal, relatively speaking. Besides, this is merely a fraction of a quarter of % of the myriad of videos out there concerning this subject, including videos with more easy to understand animation and explanation. I'm simply one voice out of many.